Hey everybody, it's Andy from Snow Camps Europe, here with
Wouter from Snow Sports Kaproon.
and we are back with another podcast. And today's podcast is Wouter's top 6 or 7 social media, Instagram, TikTok skiing accounts, and Wouter's bottom 4, 5, or 6 social media skiing accounts, because we've been looking at a lot of different social media. What?
Okay.
We've been looking at a lot of different social media. I'm just going to move this camera over the past few weeks, and we found some really good accounts that we want to tell you about, because you might want to go and give them a follow. And then we found some pretty awful accounts which you probably want to steer well clear of. So, Wouter, should we start with the best or the worst?
Start with the positive first.
Start with the positive. Okay, why? Is the rest going to be negative?
No, but like the best is always positive, isn't it?
Okay, so
Worst.
how many have you got?
5. I thought 5, that's
5.
enough,
So
otherwise
let's
it gets
start
too long.
at the 5th best Instagram, TikTok ski-related account is...
Well, number 5 or number 1?
Number
or it just
5.
doesn't matter.
We'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, but it's difficult.
But
Well,
okay, so they're in no particular order, right?
yes, let's do it like that.
Okay,
There's
no particular order.
but they're really good.
So no
nice.
one's going to be number 1.
The night
They're
it's
all gonna
interesting for you to watch as well. You know, this put some interesting things. It also gives you things to think about, and it's good. They're good skiers as well, of course, and they're sincere. You know,
Nice
good,
people.
nice people as well.
Nice people.
Yeah, they're nice people.
Okay.
Well,
So
I don't know them personally.
know them all?
Well, I don't know them all personally, but yeah, they you know, I
Okay.
know a couple personally.
Right, so give me one of your first top skiing accounts.
Well, I think Walch Benny is the top skier in Austria right now. Benny Walch.
benniaelch.
He's
Okay.
doing correct movements. I like his skiing. He does a bit the same as me, and it's good. Yeah,
He has a very unique technique as
yeah,
well.
but it's how it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, he exaggerates it, but it's good. I love it. It's
Okay,
really,
so
good.
Benny-
and he's a fantastic skier.
Benny's Austrian. He live in the Alberg, I think.
Mhm.
Does he live in the Alberg?
Yeah.
He still teaches.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's still relevant,
Yeah.
because some of these people on this list maybe aren't teaching or aren't so relevant.
Have a look at
but
I
he's-
think everyone is teaching.
Are they?
Yeah.
He's relevant.
Yeah.
He's in Austria. He is
Yeah.
Austrian. He is a phenomenal skier. So if you've not been and seen Benny Valk's account, then find it. I'll put links in the description below, and go and watch some of his videos. I've never actually spoken to him personally. I know people who have, and apparently he's also a very nice guy.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah. Cool. So that's your first one.
Well, yeah, first one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not number. There's no number 1.
No
to
number
5.
1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Next good one.
Is
Next good one.
Geritumbasz,
Geritumbasz, the Hungarian.
the Hungarian.
The Hungarian, albeit he's as much Austrian as he's Hungarian, right? As in, he's lived here a long time.
He lived here a long time.
Okay.
But he's yeah.
So what do you like about Mr. Tumbas?
He's also the same style, the same skiing. He's got his own style, of course, as well. The thing about skiing is everyone's got their own style a bit, but it's the same process of how skiing should be and how it's actually, meant to be. He's also a good guy, nice guy, and yeah, very good skier.
I think
And
one of the things with Gary is that I see, because Gary was like one of my trainers when I was doing my exams, and I've seen how he's changed his skiing over the past kind of 7 years. Changed it very, very, like,
I think
changed it a lot.
he was always a very, very soft skier, very soft. I think I've been with him to Japan, and I think it was a bit of an eye opener, and both of us have a bit like changed. Changed.
I think as well, if you look,
he's
been exposed. You're saying about Japan, he's been exposed to a lot now, because he's skiing with the Australians, the Kiwis. He's been doing stuff in America. He's been to China. He's been to Japan. He's been in Korea.
He's been with us to Argentina.
Yeah. And this winter he has been working everywhere.
Yeah,
It's
good.
really impressive.
Yeah,
really
it's
impressive.
really good.
So Gary Tumbas, go and look at him. I've got one of our watchers actually, Adam, who does a podcast called the Calfcast. Adam is going to Intertux to do Gary's mogul camp,
Oh, good.
which I think Adam will find extremely interesting because he's skied with a few other people that we've missed off the list actually. In Zermatt, and he skied with me in Austria, and he's recently been to Italy and places like that. So yeah, Adam is going to ski with Gary, which will be interesting to find Adam's feedback of how that goes.
Good.
Okay, another
I don't know this
account that you
person,
recommend.
but he's a good skier and he doesn't talk too much. Blah blah. It's kiliweibel, and he's just I quite like it because he just comes straight to the point. Like I like as well. Like no too much blah 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 blah. There's too much blah blah in this business. No offense, but a lot of Americans sometimes.
Why say 3 words when you can say 3,000?
Yes, sometimes.
Deb
you know,
Hobson.
not all. No,
Did I say Deb Hobson?
Stop it. No, but
So okay, so
but yeah, he's a good skier, very good. Also natural.
Yeah, I was
and
going
how
to
it
say
should-
natural.
How it should be.
Yeah. So Killy, for the people who don't know, he is part of the Swiss demo team. He's a ski teacher in Switzerland, and as Bart just said, then very very natural in the way he skis. Good physique. He's obviously a fit lad. He must train a lot to stay fit. And as you said, they actually did a series on the Swiss demo account where they said talk less, ski more.
Yeah.
Because again, there is too much blah blah blah, as
Correct.
you put it.
It's learning by doing and not
Yeah.
by talking. Of course, you need information, but I too much input.
So
is
if you
too
don't
little output.
if you don't already follow Killy, go and give Killy a look. He's also got a really good YouTube channel as well.
Yeah. So also, just because we're on this topic, the less info is often more. You know,
Yeah,
and
less
it
is
is really true. It's with all the sports. Keep it easy, simple. You know, simple tasks. Can you do this? Can you do that? Instead of the edge angle needs to be on 37.5 degrees because of my
Calf.
left big
Calf says
toe
so.
is yes.
Ooh, calf.
Come on.
Next
Anyways,
one. Next account. It's very
well,
warm in here, isn't it?
we were talking about it, and there are good skiers. You know, there are like, but you don't see them so much anymore on the Instagram. But new upcoming, what did we say? jonny.seale.
jonny.seale.
jonny.seale to
Johnny
you,
Seal.
because you're just a nice guy, very passionate, and you also start to do the right movements. It's very natural how skiing should be, and keep on going and do whatever you doing.
If
It's good.
Yeah, again, if people don't know who jonny.seale is, again, on Instagram, he puts most of his stuff up on stories. Johnny's relatively new to skiing, really, isn't he?
Mhm.
And he has flown through the system. But what is really nice is his passion. He is really passionate about getting better and better and better.
Yeah.
And again, he's just spent a season in Japan where he's posted a lot of powder videos, a lot of mogul training that he's been doing. I think he's just got back to Austria
He's
right
in
now.
he's with the ski school of Rayleigh McClellan.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't see most. I'm not. Yeah. But I think Johnny is someone to keep
Keep
an
your eye on.
Yeah.
And if you want to watch nice skiing and you want to watch someone who is continually trying to better himself, because obviously
That's what it is. Yeah.
people like Killy, I'm not saying Killy's not trying to better himself, but Killy is an amazing skier already. Yes, he can get better. We can all get better. But Johnny is developing, and Johnny has developed really fast. And it's partly because of his passion. I put it down to and some good tuition in the early days.
I also want to credit myself a little. Yeah. Anyways, and then at the last one on my list is Paul Lawrence, because also he's a nice guy. I don't know him personally, but I've heard good stories, and I like his content. I like his skiing. I like his way of thinking. I think he's good. So that's my top 5.
Cool. So again, for people who don't know, Paul is an Australian. He has done numerous interskis with the demo team. I think he was running the demo team at one point. I think he now runs the actual professional skiing institute of Australia association. I think he's heading up the association.
No, it doesn't.
He has a lot of his stuff is actually YouTube rather than Instagram and TikTok. And you can find it under Projected Productions,
Yeah, I think so.
which is his production company. And he actually has videos with Tumbas, Benny, and some of the other ones we've spoken about, I think. So yeah, Paul Lorenz, and again, yeah, I met him. I was able to go ski
Is
with
he
him a few
nice?
years ago. Really nice
Yeah.
guy.
Okay. See,
Obviously,
there you go.
knows his stuff.
Only
And
go skiing with nice people.
yeah,
You know.
is that why you'd have no one skiing with you?
Yes.
Okay, so that's our go. That's our go and look at people. Now we've got the ones that you should be covering your eyes up, right?
Well, not covering
Or
your
put
eyes
your-
up, but it's too much and it's misinformation really. And I don't want to sound like this, but there's a lot of misinformation and it's just too much blah blah.
Confuses people.
Confuses people. Too much
Confuses
info,
people.
and as I said, this needs to be like an an educated podcast, and I think people should know a bit like okay,
What not to look
what
at.
not to. Well, yeah, correct.
Okay, so
What not
if
to.
you're scrolling and one of these comes up, keep scrolling is what we're saying.
Well, yeah, well, not all of them, but some. It's difficult. There, I have some, but no, yeah,
Why are you
correct.
sitting on the fence?
Because I'm not really on the fence. You'll find out.
You wanted
because
to
I'm
get spicy.
Yes, I will get spicy.
Okay, so
now.
what's your first one that we should just scroll on?
So, sorry, I've put it out there.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't want to do this,
So,
but I just
Level
can't.
Up Sports, scroll
Level Up
past.
Sport. Then the next thing is Maison Sports. I'm sick of it. Sorry, I'm sick of it because it ruins the whole industry. It's too much blah blah the whole time about this, about that, about squishing this, about feeling this, about blah blah blah. I am sick of it. I can't look at it anymore. I'm done with it.
Okay, so thanks for that, Wouter. So Maison Sports is a platform where you can book independent ski teachers, predominantly in France, and a few other places where ski teachers can work independently, which isn't everywhere in every country. But in France, they can if they've got the qualification and the license, etc., etc. Now, they are obviously utilizing many of their ski teachers to make their videos, to promote their website, to try and get you to book one of those or another teacher, because the way the website makes its money is by then charging commission off the ski teachers, which is all fine and good. But what you're saying is some of the ski teachers they are using, even though apparently level 4 qualified and therefore should be relatively experienced, they don't seem to know what they're talking about.
Correct. It's again misinformation. It's about going forward. It is about this and too much. It is. It is also well. There's one or two guys who are good. Don't get me wrong, and they are good. But a lot of them are also not very good. It is not a platform I would watch or get information from.
So again, scroll on by, and if you are going to use the website, then research the person that you're about to book,
Correct.
because you will find other information about those people on the internet outside of Maison Sport
Correct.
as well. Okay, so next one.
Stump tutorials.
Okay, I didn't know
That
you
was
put
an
that down.
unexpected one.
That wasn't on the list.
No, correct.
Okay, Stump. Go on then.
It's the same. It is the skiing. It's not very good. I heard also he's too inexperienced. He doesn't know. He's a free rider. He's just stick with his free riding, and he wants to. I don't understand what he wants to do. Apparently, he's also not a very nice person. But yeah, that's I don't know. I can't judge that. But it's more like it's a lack of experience, and he's just trying to promote a product instead of like really care and trying to be passionate about teaching people. And this is what is I don't like that.
Okay,
It's misinformation,
okay.
loads of it.
You got another one?
Yes.
What's the next one?
The next one is Patrick Betts.
Okay, we've spoken about Patrick before, haven't we? Yeah.
He's a good skier, don't get me wrong, and you should really, if you get the chance to ski with him, go and ski with him. Good skier. But it's too complicated. He's doing this old-fashioned Austrian style, too many drills, just drills, which don't do anything. Instead of like, also with the Alpine basic position, Alpines Fahrverhalten, Angulation, whatever you want to call it. Calm down with that a bit. That happens from the legs, not so much force from the upper body. And then he does 5 drills in one thing, and then always the same turns and the same one-dimensional stuff. And then just some feedback for you, Patrick. Go and ski and just really teach people again, and like get real with people. I think that you'll enjoy that more. You'll be much you're much better at that.
I think
Is that
his
sort of
account
correct?
is. I think his account has got a big followership because the skiing is good.
Yeah.
But as you say, with the drills, he does stack drills, and there's no real explanation of why or who they're for, who they target it at.
No.
And I can see that some people who
Because
are
he doesn't know himself.
inexperienced would get confused by that. What I also
He doesn't know.
what I also want to put out there, right, is a lot of these skiers that we're talking about are heavily looked after by brands. So Patrick is massively looked after by Fisher. Boots, skis, poles, whatever. Your Stompy guy, Jens, heavily looked after by Atomic.
And Carve.
Yeah, we'll talk about Carve another time. And then you've got a few of the others are heavily looked after by whatever brand it is that they're wearing. Now, they never actually do anything to promote those brands, because watching somebody ski 60 turns in powder isn't going to make me want to go and buy their ski or boot. They never do anything to promote the brand. So I don't understand why the brands are religiously giving them new kit after new kit after new kit, where the people who are promoting their kit are getting nothing. I'll just leave that out there.
I think you're right.
You know
and
what I mean?
This is exactly what it's
you
about.
you get free
It's the
kit
same
by
with the
association rather than by the amount of promotion.
Yeah,
you do.
and this is why it makes me really, it's really irritating, and like, because it's misinformation. It's only their own. Of course, everyone has a business and need to make a living. I'm not talking about that, but it's like there's passion, and you want to do something for the profession, and there's something different and else. And this is, in this case, it's something else. And it's yeah, it needs to be, sort of being. People need to be aware of it.
Yeah, yeah. And I think because social media is so easily accessible, whether it's on your phone, on your tablet, even your TV, etc., it's easy for these people to get in your face. And even though people don't follow as much anymore because the algorithm knows that if you've watched something, you're likely to want to watch more of it. So the algorithm will pump it and pump it and pump it into your feed. So you don't actually have to follow these people. And I actually follow very few people, but I see all of these people we're
Correct.
talking about.
Correct.
And that's because of the way the algorithm works. And we know there are downsides to social media and there are positive sides of social media. But where you used to have a choice that I want to follow that person and therefore I want to see whether it be good information or misinformation, now you're just being fed it whatever. And you don't get a choice of which you see. Okay, you can scroll the minute it comes up, but you quite often, you're going to see the first 3 seconds before you make a decision. Yeah. So have you got any more, or are you done?
Well, we had 4, didn't we, so far? The other one is Heidi Holidays.
Heidi Holidays, yes. So this was kind of more mine, wasn't it?
It was.
So a bit like Maison Sport, Heidi Holidays, who I'd never heard of until this season. It's a relatively new holiday company, a little bit like a Crystal Ski holiday company.
Hang on, I ain't heard of it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. They are doing a similar thing where they're getting ski instructors to make these short form content, and it's on the Heidi account. And you've got ski teachers. They'll be stood there and they'll say, if you want to fix this problem, then do this. And now we're going to do that on our skis. And then they ski off and they do an entirely different thing than what they've just told you they're going to do. So an example that it all blew up on Facebook this week was the guy saying, if you are somebody who punches with your pole plant, so you end up rotating, okay, one thing to stop that happening, one thing you can try to stop that happening is plant the pole down the hill.
Oh,
okay? Which is all very good. Yeah, plant the pole down the hill, then you're not making this forward
that's
movement.
All right. That's a different
But then what he did, then what he did was, okay, now let's go and do that in practice, to which he just short carved turns, just planting his pole to the side, not down the hill.
Yeah, okay, but you're
so it's misleading.
Yeah, okay, but you're now talking. Look, he's doing his best, and everyone's got a different approach. And I agree. This is a platform. So you're talking about the guy itself, the guy itself, but the platform.
Heidi are using these teachers like Maison
it's this
Sport
platform they should. Sorry, this platform they should use skiers that are a little bit more informed, and that's a different thing.
What's Heidi's core
but
business?
This guy is
what's Heidi's core business? It's to sell holidays.
Exactly.
So get a Judith Chalmers style person to talk about resorts or hotels or how you do your transfers or which airports you fly from. Don't use ski instructors to sell your holidays. Your holidays will then sell ski lessons.
Yeah, but I think they're selling ski lessons.
Well, of course they are. They're selling a package. Yeah,
They're
and they want
working
to sell.
together with
They
ski
want to
schools.
sell more ski lessons in each resort they go to because they'll get a commission.
I
get that.
they have contacted me in the past, and then quickly thought, like, this is a bit dodgy because they just want my information to set up certain things, and yeah, I agree.
So that for me is, it's a holiday company. Do holiday content.
Yeah.
Don't do ski instructor content.
Yeah,
that's my only thing with that.
Yeah, I agree.
Is that all we got?
Yeah, that's all we
Is that
got.
it? So there you go, folks. Let us know in the comments what are your favourite accounts to watch. Obviously, my YouTube's going to be on there, isn't it? And maybe your Instagram, because you're very much more Instagram. I'm very much more YouTube. But yeah, let us know in the comments who you like watching, who you don't like watching, if you agree or disagree with any of what we've said. Oh, sorry, of what Walter said.
Yes, blame
and,
me.
We'll see you on the next
Blame
one. It's Andy from Snowcamp Europe saying bye for now and
Walter from Snow Sports Kaproen. See you later.
ciao.
Okay.